Pisces.
Hello Pisces, this is your astrological forecast for April 2016, and it's a special month. Why? Because we have this huge focus on the second house of your chart. We have several planets there, so we're going to go through what all that means, and we'll have more planets coming into it, and also it being triggered by other transits. So if it sounds repetitive, try to differentiate, because it's not. We're going to go through the various planets there and how they act and how these transits are going to fall in. But the second house is all about money. So April is going to be a grand month for it, looking at your income, looking at how you can expand it, how things are going to be opening up for you with new possibilities that you really want to go out and grab and secure. And plus, we have Mars now in your 10th house for career, so you're really starting a new 2-year cycle as far as your career goes. Mars is all about energy, and it's really focused here as it's in the sign of Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. Mars being fiery, they really work together. Not only that, but since all the planets in your second house are now transiting through Aries, which is a fire sign, you'll see how all of this is now coming together from your career to your money house with goals and ambitions and a new drive. And the second house being Aries is very competitive, so you might even find yourself feeling like you're wanting to compete. Not necessarily with others, though you could, but it's more like you, Pisces, you don't really care to compete with others. You compete with yourself the best. Like taking yourself from one step, one elevation to the next. How far can you push yourself in your own creativity? That's what I feel this is going to be more so all about. But the sun, which is you, it's in your second house now, in Aries. Money, focus, crunching numbers. How can I do better? How can I expand? What opportunities are around? Now you had a solar eclipse there in March, which really sent you off onto that super highway. Things are picking up with speed. Now you're here looking at this, and it's going to be quite interesting. Mercury is with you. It's the way you think. It's the way you communicate. This is also here helping you to crunch numbers, to look at opportunities, to have the right conversations. Plus, we also have the new moon here. And the new moon is like a new start. At this point in time for this year, you won't have the new moon in your second house for income before next year around the same time. So on the 7th of this new moon, that's when we put our intentions down. You write the abundance check to yourself. I feel this could be a really good one because it's in the area of your finances, and then just see what comes from it. If you set a little time aside here throughout April, you'll come to find that you like thinking a little bit more about the business side of your work. Normally Pisces don't really enjoy that too much. They're more like into being creative with their career, what they can create new, right? But the business side is very important if you want your creativity to get out there. So together you're going to see these two energies operate fully within you here in April. Venus is in your sign here in Pisces throughout that first week of April. It's been operative there in March, which is beautiful, not only because it's been radiating through that first house of your personality, which is all that beautiful Venusian energy, but it is because it's in your sign. But here then, Venus will join the crowd of the second house and all the other planets in there. And Venus rules money, it rules the second house. It's a Taurian house, which is ruled by Venus. So when it comes in there, it knows what to do. It's feeling at home here. It's a natural state of being. So you're going to see for the last 3 weeks of April how Venus, now adding to the mix, is going to be crunching numbers too. Looking at your talents, your skills, the entrepreneurship of that Aryan energy, the sign which it's cruising through, and then having Mars up there in your career, angling down with beautiful golden beams. Well, hello, this is a super duper career month here of the year of 2016 for you. So pay attention, write down your dates. It's going to be a very busy month, but a great month. Not too much extra energy going out to other areas of your life, though we do have Jupiter in your 7th house for relationships. You might find that Jupiter still is being very generous, working with you, with your significant other, but it could also be anybody you work with, one-on-one, will have this Jupiterian feeling of generosity to and fro between you. Saturn is in that 10th house for career. It's been operating there since 2015. It's still going to be with us here for another year. So Mars will be touching upon that Saturn, but not quite yet, because Mars is going to retrograde this month on the 18th. So it's going to start off at 7 degrees in your career house. By the 18th, it's going to stop, go back, and then out into the 9th house. That's where it's been operative, say, from top of the year. So you've been expanding how to get out into larger, maybe audiences, not necessarily groups, but researching, maybe thinking a whole lot about travel. So that may be coming up between April 18th to June 29th. Then it's going to turn around and go direct in your 9th house, slowly picking up more and more speed, then come back into your 10th house where it is here now in April. So April is just going to allow you a little touch, a little feel of what you can come to expect there in July. Then you'll have a full, probably 6 weeks of the same thing that April is going to serve you. Then we have here on the 12th, mark this on your calendar, we have Venus and Mars. They're doing the dance. It's harmonious, it's loving, it's romantic. Venus being love and Mars being drive and passion. But then more on a practical level, Venus is the material goods, money, and Mars being drive and ambitions. So either way, or also both, should I say, Mars is coming together to give you this on the 12th. Then on the 14th, this whole week here, we got great news. Mercury, the messenger, is going to come to you with beautiful news from a partner, from a broker, somebody you work with closely one-on-one. Jupiter being very generous. So this should really be a beautiful day to receive that great news. And it could be about money because it's the 2nd house and the 7th house. So maybe you're going to be offered something. Pay attention to it. On the 17th, Mercury will then trine with Pluto. Pluto currently in your area of hopes and dreams, but also social circles, groups, and so forth. Pluto's slowly but surely transforming you in this whole area where you're coming out with this, should I say, month by month transformed power that you're showing outwards. Mercury giving some great news also about money. So groups and people and money here on the 17th. On the 18th, Venus. Love, but also money. Once again, being secured now from Saturn, which is in your 10th house of career. So this news, it's your 2nd house for income. Venus rules this area. It's in this area, getting now news from something. You might partner up or maybe get an offer here within your career that could really hold solid solidity for a long, long time, since Saturn's moving slowly through your 10th house and won't be back for another 28, 29 years. So this is why I'm saying April is super important for you. On the 19th, lay low, because Venus, the very same planet that has been doing good now, is up against a challenge. Now, rarely do we have a month with no challenges, but for the most part, April is super easy and beautiful. But Venus is going to be up against Pluto with a square, might not see eye to eye. Both of them can rule money. So there might be something here that may not sit well with you, or maybe somebody's rubbing you the wrong way. In that case, lay low, try to not get into it. give a little extra time, just a few days. If possible, just step back and say, give me a couple of days to think about this. And then on the 22nd, Venus once again now will be empowered and infused by this, oh my God, energy from Uranus, which will open up a new thought for you. Always think about Uranus being the higher octave of Mercury. So I feel there could be an epiphany or a vision, something that will come to you where you feel that this is how things can work out. You might be then at that point able to go back to whoever and have that continuation of that discussion. 22nd is full of surprises, love-wise too. You know, there might be a surprise on the romantic end with Venus and Uranus. They meet once a year in a conjunction. Conjunctions are always new beginnings. And to illuminate it even more, same day, or same evening, should I say, the full moon is here. And that will also bring more power to it. And the full moon for you here, Pisces, is in the 9th house. So it has to do with higher thinking, your state of philosophy, your spirituality, but it also rules visas and foreign countries, foreign people and places, travel, in that case long distance, and education. So something within that area. The moon is really going to give it the spotlight, and that will allow you to look more so in the long term of what it is you want, since it's the house of Jupiter and Sagittarius, which always keeps goals on that far horizon. That's what pulls you forward. So what a beautiful way to end the month. So I can just see here that April will be exciting. Your tarot reading will give you even more insight and more information, different information than the astrological, so be sure to listen to it. But since we have such a focus on your 2nd house with all of these planets here, you might want to listen to your partner this month to see where his or her planet, this group, this stellium, is going to be affecting him or her, because that's where their focus is going to be. You know where yours is, right? So listen, enjoy your month, Pisces. I will see you again there in May. Take care.